alive. We're alive. But I do want to talk about this with all the craziness out there in the election world and the doom of the future and how we're going to be taking back 60 plus years in civil rights. And we're forgetting one positive thing with all of that will help the kids of today. Students today, with all these changes, will get the pleasure of accomplishment when in school they go back to making their parents' ashtrays for Christmas again. That's going to be fantastic.
Let's do, if I can push the button. There it is.
Oh, you can.
Since 2020, we've done plenty of virtual comedy shows online, and though the virus is slowing, we'll keep going because we've still got lots of hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin.
Welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. It's a Zoom meeting with jokes. So please turn on your camera, turn on your mic, unless you have barking dogs or a rabid moose in your living room, in which case, please mute yourself for Pete's sake, and let's have some fun.
It's the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Steve Goodie and Brad Tassell. Tonight, Steve and Brad welcome comedian
Scott Long,
plus funny songs from
Auburn,
and a patty melt from Patti Vasquez, and much, much more. Now, please welcome Brad Tassell.
I'm back.
Yay!
There's an air freshener stuffed in my vent up here. I wonder how it smelled. And Scott, that was a wonderful picture of you. That's a really good picture. And Auburn, a good picture of you, and Patty with a glass of wine. Always good. Welcome, everyone, to the Virtual Comedy Show. I'm Brad Tassell, along with our superstars Steve Goodie and Patti Vasquez, everybody, who after January 20th might have to go into hiding. So watch them now as we bring you comedy, music, and hopefully a few plaster of Paris ashtrays. So does anybody... Now, we have all old people here. Except for Chuck. Chuck never did this. Chuck, do you know? And did anybody else do this? We made in elementary school ashtrays for our parents for like Christmas. Anybody else do that?
I didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
Even though no one smoked and rolled.
Maybe.
I remember distinctly twice between the grades of 3 and 6 making ashtrays. And to be honest, to this day, it's the only gift I ever got them that they used. I'm telling you right now. 6 years. And one of them was for the car. That was what's good, too. I made a car ashtray. Man, good times. And because my mom, like many moms, thought that 1 inch of the window being open was enough to vent out the endless plumes of smoke. And then they always had, your mom always had the one move when she's driving. She's gonna keep the smoke out of your lungs. No, car was still full, and I can't believe that I don't have cancer. And then through the haze, I was so proud. I would always see her put that butt out and then light another one. So that was really great. So, although in the 70s, though, everybody else just threw them out the windows, along with their trash. I don't know if you knew that. So anyway, well, we have an amazing show. We have a comedy legend, an Indianapolis television star, and seriously funny writer and performer, Scott Long, everybody. Yay!
Yay!
Scott, say hi.
I'm going to put up one like Patty does, where it's
okay,
not
that's great.
me live. It's just a photo of me. Maybe here's my initial headshot. 34 years ago, that was my headshot.
You haven't changed a bit.
Brad was still a veteran of comedy at that point, but still, there we go.
40 years ago, so good. And of course, our favorite, beautiful, wonderful, amazing, talented Auburn Stevens, everybody. Auburn, music. You use the last name? You don't use the last name.
Last name?
Nope.
No, that's because it's a lot like Steve's name.
Right. We don't more of that.
And I am excited. I'm so excited for this all to start. Even more than I was for the Tyson-Paul fight. That was I was excited for that 9 months ago. So I'm guessing everyone saw the slow Bavarian waltz that was the Tyson-Paul fight, right? Did you?
Oh, yes.
No, we were on Netflix. We didn't see a thing.
I know. Well, that's so funny because I'm on a ship and it was totally clear. I didn't have one problem and people all over the world couldn't see it. Was it a fight or more of a skirmish or tete-a-tete? I'm not exactly sure what it was. You know, I know why they call them bouts, though, because I was about to turn it off.
Ah.
But I couldn't turn it off. I couldn't turn it off because I was waiting for Mike Tyson to show up. But then I realized the problem. The fight didn't even start till after 10:30 p.m. No 58-year-old is alert and ready for a fight at 10:30 p.m. Right? Mike had dinner at 5, and he was thinking about dinner at 8:15. No way he's ready to fight at 10:30 p.m. I mean, during the fight, Mike looked like what I look like when my wife hears something in the middle of the night and hits me and goes, "Find that noise," and I just wander around the house looking for a noise. That's what that looked like. Most of us at this age won't even come pick you up at the airport at 9:30 because we don't want to drive at night. We're not fighting, right? And at 27, Jake Paul didn't even get up till 3:25 that afternoon. 10:30 starts his day. You know, I know. Everyone, I don't know. It's just, and everyone, we were all excited because we saw Mike's training, right? All his powerful training. But that was all done at 9 in the morning. Fine. He's fine at 9 in the morning. So nothing past noon. The fight should have started at 8:30 a.m. because Mike's been up for hours and Paul hasn't been to bed yet. I think that's the way. Entirely different outcome. Okay. You know, I did that on stage last night at work. You guys, not so much. So anyway, now let's try some of the outcome of some of these jokes. Spirit Airlines has filed for bankruptcy after their business plan wasn't sufficient to grow their brand. Company officers have decided to amend the original business plan, which read, "Just suck." Okay.
That's what they call the Spirited Airlines.
That's right. Just suck. Okay. Hey, a cruise ship line. Have you read this? Anybody got your couple $100,000? A cruise ship line is offering a 4-year trip for Americans that want to miss Trump's entire term. It is an odyssey that will take you to 140 countries, 6 continents, ending up in January 2029 on a beach with half of the Statue of Liberty buried in sand. You damn dirty apes. Okay.
Right.
Planet of the
They
Apes.
get the
Thank
girl
you.
to
Thank
come
you very
along
much.
with.
Yeah.
Hey, the CDC has investigated an 18-state E. coli outbreak from carrots.
Oh, wow.
Yep, there have been more than 39 cases of people getting sick and 1 rabbit who should have taken the left at Albuquerque.
Poor bugs.
Poor bugs. What's up, Doc? I'm dead. Beyonce will perform at the halftime show during the Texans versus Ravens game on Christmas Day in her hometown of Houston. Yay!
Hey.
Yeah, many wonder why the singer won't be doing the Super Bowl next year instead. No, she'll be in prison with her buddy Kamala by then, said a Trump spokesman.
Oh.
I'm sorry, got a little real there. I apologize. Wow. Hey, have you all done this yet? People are leaving X, formerly Twitter, in droves to join the new Blue Sky app. Ooh, who's joined?
Ooh, nobody.
No.
I have.
Not me.
I joined.
I know
Nobody
a few
else?
people.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see a
To
few
make things
pictures.
worse, the Blue Sky app mockingly looks a lot like the original Twitter. Isn't that funny? And after tens of millions of downloads of Blue Sky over the weekend, it looks like X marks the knot.
Boom, boom.
I didn't try very hard on that one. Oh my gosh, Trump is continuing. I'm having trouble with the words. Trump is continuing to pick his cabinet, and mostly from the National Registry of Sexual Predators. Picking them right out of there. I can't wait for the Secretary of the Interior nomination, Jerry Sandusky. That's coming up. And then after that, Jared Fogle for Secretary of the 6-inch. It's going to be fantastic.
Wow.
I meant sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Maybe 3-inch? I don't know. Hey, the next big thing in tech is the brain-computer interface. Wow.
Whoa.
With billionaires putting more than $400 billion into companies that will implant computer chips into people's brains to help with depression, epilepsy, and that pesky questioning fascism. That's the third thing. The companies are also working on a less invasive way to get the chip into your skull than opening up your whole head. And that is stab him in the head. He won't remember. Okay, so let's see. I don't know what that meant. Oh, no. Russia threatened world war after President Biden sanctioned the use of U.S. military missiles being used by Ukraine to attack inside Russia. Ooh. Yeah, which is an odd threat because starting January 20th, we'll be on Russia's side, so it won't matter. We'll be fighting for Russia. Burglars broke into Windsor Castle and stole 2 royal vehicles. Did you see that?
Yep.
No.
2 masked men carrying bows and arrows scaled the wall and broke into a barn. Officials say the men will be caught when they put back on their tights and try to give the vehicles to the poor. Robin Hood.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, I'm wearing green.
Yeah.
Oh, Whoopi Goldberg was almost hurt when she tripped as she walked onto the set of The View this morning. Did you see that?
Ooh.
No.
The weird part is video shows her literally tripping over nothing. Later, when the video was streamed to a specialized camera supplied by A&E, the A&E network, the culprit was detected to be the ghost of Rush Limbaugh.
Wow.
Right. Luckily, there's not that many more. The Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight drew a record betting from sports books around the world. Did you know that?
No.
With Paul over Tyson giving people 2-to-1 odds and paying 75-to-1 was this is boring as hell. You bet that, you won. Oh my gosh. For $9.95, an AI Santa Claus will call your child for a realistic conversation after parents fill out a form with information about their kid. Is that wild? That's crazy. Children are very charmed by the very Santa-like call. It's a real call with a conversation, and they call and they seem to know a lot about little Jimmy or Susie. Isn't that cool? Then, come March, AI Santa passes along the information to the Easter Bunny, who just enough fact to lure Billy into a dark parking lot.
Oh,
And he brings his bunny van. Okay. Luckily, there's only 2 more. Paulina Brandberg is a Swedish government minister, and she has instructed her staff that as of now, bananas are banned from anywhere in her offices.
wow.
I know some thought it was because she's allergic to bananas, but the real reason is she just broke up with the minion known as Bulgy.
Terrible.
Bulgy the minion.
Donations are going to be up this week to get you some help.
Yes.
Well, Janet left and I'm stir crazy on the ship. All right, last one.
AI writer. Anyways.
Be ready, Steve, because we're going to end the
yeah.
show.
Okay.
Four-time, this is, look, joke or not, this is amazing. 4-time Olympic track champion Mo Farah had his phone grabbed by 2 men in the UK who then jumped in a white van and drove away. Farah then ran after the van, easily catching it after a couple blocks. The men were forced to give back the phone, and they gave him another $200 to deliver 13 Grubhub orders in 7 minutes.
Brad Tassell, everybody! Over there. I think he's over.
Finish.
No, you're below me, so that's kind of funny.
Okay. Brad Tassell, everybody!
Yay!
Yay!
Oh,
in the flat. That's great.
It's been a long day.
It has been and it's not over. So that's good news.
Not quite yet.
I'll be in bed in 46 minutes.
I'm excited. Let's do a top 10 list. Here comes this thing here. Okay, there's a little bit of setup involved in here. As you know, I was in Edinburgh in August doing the show, and our friend Esme, who attends this show now almost every week at 3 a.m. her time, is someone that I met there. She was doing front of house work at the Space Theater Complex, and she's kind of awesome. She's in her 3rd year of university to get her degree in drama, theater, and directing. She's also a zombie professionally and a juggler. And for
my new
birthday,
best friend?
She should be everybody's best friend. And for my birthday, she sent me not only juggling beanbags, but handwritten instructions how to juggle, because I made it very clear I can ride unicycle, but I can't juggle, and that is against union rules. So I've been practicing, and the first step is to do this. And I just screwed it up.
That is not the first step.
8 times in a row. Well, according to her, it is, and I was doing it pretty well last night. And okay, it's enough.
Can you do one?
Remember 2 years ago when I couldn't play the accordion? Hey,
that's true.
Anyway.
Oh God, we're gonna see the juggling every show now.
Now you're getting it. So tonight's top 10 category, which I think makes a whole lot of sense here, is top 10 rejected items for the beginning juggler. I went a little nuts on this one, so I have to run this disclaimer. Often I have to do this, and here's this.
Hey, this is gonna get pretty gross.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
FCC insists on that. Here we go. Top 10 rejected items for the beginning juggler. Number 10, Jell-O. Number 9, Chicago style pizzas. 8, gently used plungers.
No. Gross.
Number 7, aggressively used plungers.
Yeah, I knew it.
I told you. I warned you. It's not going to get better. Number 6, pillowcases and fitted sheets. Number 5, and get ready to wash your hands of me for the rest of your life. Number 5, anything found in the dumpster behind the leprosy clinic.
Ooh.
Number 4, flaming, rusty, gently used ninja stars. Dangerous. Number 3, flaming, rusty, aggressively used Florida. Number 2, eggs, much too expensive to risk it. And the number 1 rejected items for the beginning juggler, balls.
Yep.
Sometimes happens here on the virtual comedy show. I came up with more than 10. So guess what? It's time for the bottom 10 rejected items for the beginning juggler. 10, cheese graters. Number 9, long meatball subs. Number 8, United Airlines beverage carts. Number 7, shrieking Taylor Swift fans. Number 6, packs of Mountain Dew Code Red. Number 5, ZZ Top beards. Number 4, Captain Crunch, Colonel Sanders, and General Mills. Good luck. Number 3, cases of Afrin 12-hour nasal decongestant spray. Number 2, Star Trek convention attendees. And the number 1 bottom rejected item for the beginning juggler, 7 water bugs, 6 water moccasins, 5 watermelons, 4 water buffaloes, 3 water, 2 water suspected terrorists, and a carton of contraband Plan B.
Yeah.
It's
And
almost
you
that
would think
time of
that'd
year.
be enough, but you would be wrong. And now it's time for the very bottom 10.
Oh my God.
Number 10, Princess Cruise Ships. Number 9, fully deployed Swiss Army knives. Number 8, Tabasco bottles. And my favorite, number 7, diuretic chihuahuas. Number 8, rusty, aggressively used suppositories. Number 5, baby aspirins. Number 4, screaming babies in an airplane lavatory. Number 3, mango smoothies. Number 2, women's bodily autonomy.
Juggle it.
Very bottom rejected item for the beginning juggler, stupid top 10 list.
That's less gross.
Now the really bottom. No, okay, so can anybody?
Hey, there you go.
Oh
Me
man.
beat
Show
on this
off.
too. Man,
Show off.
you keep getting out the accordion. I'm not kidding around.
You're kidding around.
Yeah, I know.
You know who's not kidding around?
Patty.
Patty's not kidding around. Hey, Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Betty.
Can you juggle?
Ah, there she is.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
What does the bottom of your shirt say?
STFU about Chicago. It's the old Magicist sign that used to be on the
Aw.
Fair
Magicist
enough.
rug. No, nobody.
I
I
know.
think I know. That's a
So,
huge.
so the guys. So if you saw my whole fibs for Wisconsin,
Mhm.
which is Wisconsin's term of endearment for Illinoisans, effing Illinois bastards. They created that design, which is harebrained, and they do a lot of STFU about Chicago. You're not even from here, so that's
Right.
STFU about Chicago.
I remember. Okay. Are you ready?
Sure.
Should we do this thing? Let's do this thing. If I can find the button.
It's time for a Patty Melt with Patti Vasquez, From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, to folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses says, she's melting down. It's a Patti Vasquez, Patty Melt
from Chicago.
And STFU about Chicago.
Right.
Hi, everybody. Hi, do you remember the movie The First Wives Club?
Yeah.
There's a line from Goldie Hawn. They're all arguing with each other. It's Bette Midler and Diane Keaton and Goldie Hawn. And she's talking about how she's an actress. She has all the emotions. I have had such a wide range of emotions in the last, how long has it been? When was the election? I can't remember. Was it
22
years ago?
It feels like it. Okay, if today's the 18th, it's the 13 days, so it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. It's so many emotions. Like I went through, like I remember Googling that night, like what are the 5 stages, and it automatically filled in of grief. So I think a lot of people were Googling that, which we didn't know it was going to next day be, can I change my vote? What's a tariff? What did I do? All these wonderful things. But what's striking to me is how mad MAGA is. Like, why are they, like, we've been asking this for a couple weeks now since the election. Why are they so mad? Why are they still so angry? Like, winning isn't enough. And that's what I thought at first. But you know what I realized is that they were so geared up for violence. They really wanted a civil war, and they don't know what to do with themselves. They're like, I want to beat a Tommy. And now they're like, we won, and you're still idiots, you turds. Like, I don't know what is happening. But like, they text my show. They are constantly. Oh, and by the way, I am on Blue Sky. I have my own name, Patti Vasquez. So Brad, I'm there with you.
Yeah.
Yes, Scott, I'm on the show listening the whole time, but it's movie night on Mondays. Usually I'm cooking dinner, but I have started ordering food. So we had some lovely Irish food tonight, some shepherd's pie. Thank you very much. But we are exhausted. And I was thinking about, and I know Steve just mentioned women's autonomy in one of his things. And it seems that one of the big themes is that people really hate women, like really hate us. Like there's not like just women hate women and Latino men hate women. And I know like they're gonna be like, I don't hate you. I just don't want you to talk so loud. So I just want to say that it reminded me that when I was a kid, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but there was a point, maybe it's still being taught to girls. If you are being sexually assaulted, if you are being raped, we are not supposed to yell rape. Does anyone remember that?
Yeah.
Yell fire. I think so.
Yell fire.
Nope.
You have to make people worried about their property values before they will get involved. So we should have, like, I don't even know why we thought this was a possibility. I don't even know what we thought that a woman running would possibly get the sort of support and encouragement from people who are like, well, my eggs are too expensive. And even though I'm filling my F-150 with $180 worth of gas, I still want to pay $3 for eggs. You guys, do you know that the top 1% of this country owns 40% of the wealth? And the most of us, like 165 million people in this country, are fighting for 6% of the wealth that's left. Like, what are we even freaking doing here? I can't, you guys, it's not, I can't I'm not even melting down. I don't want to scream at people. I'm so angry every single day. I can't. And look, white guys, I'm married to one, just so you know. But if you're being sneered at or possibly spat at? Are you being spat? You're being spat at, but not like, maybe not actually physically, but you feel like you're being glowered at. Just know that just be okay with the fact that you know it's not you, just a general like, oh my God. All I'm saying is I really think that MAGA is having blue balls because they couldn't shoot us. That's all I'm saying. Hey, everybody. I'm going to close on blue balls. Is that okay?
That's a good boy. That's
everybody.
That's where it ends.
Man.
That's why
I keep... Patty, are you going to take over InfoWars, Patty? We hope.
Am I going to what?
Take over InfoWars.
When you say that, we actually put out feelers to see how they... I have some irons in the fire, as they say. I reached out to a lot of folks who have more power than I did that, look, I'm willing to eat crow with people I burn bridges. Look, not only do I burn bridges, I pour salt over the earth so nothing can grow. And I've been going back with this spoon going, can I just take the salt back? I'll put it in a margarita. I'm trying to build alliances. I don't know. I honestly, we
Marco
lost
Rubio can be Secretary of State. I think you can do anything.
We actually were number 10 in losing votes to Trump. We didn't have as good of a turnout or support for Kamala here either. So everything's fine. Everything's great. Yay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is your brother-in-law unhappy he's not Attorney General?
Well, it's interesting. He's a big cheerleader. If you go to Mark Paoletta's Twitter account, he's a big cheerleader of Matt Gaetz, and that's really all you need to know, I guess, at this point. Yes, there was a point where there was speculation last weekend, not this past weekend, but a week and a half ago, that my brother-in-law, Mark Paoletta, would become the next Attorney General, which I wasn't sure if that was going to be good or bad for everyone. So there you go.
Well,
I think I might. I don't know if I would be at the top of the list. I mean, I don't.
I don't think Matt Gaetz is going to end up being Attorney General. I just think he needed to. Something was going to come out that was going to put him maybe in jail, and he had to quit Congress fast. And this was the way to do it.
There's a race in California that apparently is now still a toss-up, and Marjorie Taylor Greene was yesterday complaining that the Democrats are stealing this race from right in front of our very eyes. Like, that's the one race. That's the one race in all the country.
In all the country, the president, this small little race. That's where they put all their eggs in that basket. Yep. Oh my God,
that's the one.
I can't believe it.
That is
and
how.
By the way, that Marjorie Taylor Greene slips out of your tongue so easy. You must say it a lot.
A lot. Trailer or traitor, either way.
Yeah, trailer. I like trailer too. And Boebert won. Yep. My God, how does this bubblehead get? Just the dumber the better. I don't. Okay.
Well, and in Colorado.
Yeah.
Wow. That's why she carpet bagged across the.
Yeah.
I know. She was going to lose. She's on the one district that would take her.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take her to
Jerry
a musical.
Mannering's right, Carla.
Come on, everybody.
Yeah, we got a musical guest around here somewhere.
Yeah.
There she is. Hey, everybody.
Find Auburn.
Hey,
it's Auburn. Wait, I thought Patty was gone.
Yay!
Sorry, Patty.
She's kind of gone.
Hi, Auburn.
She's mostly gone. Hi.
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 So
we're so glad you're here.
Yes.
I'm happy to be here.
Oh, good. You know the drill. We're going to play a little intro for you. Then you're going to play a song, and we have no idea what you're going to do. And then somehow I have to answer that musically, and then you'll do another song. Sound good?
Yeah.
Here we go. If I can find the button.
It's our musical guest. Our musical guest. Gonna sing something funny, and then Steve will play something in between. Our musical guest. Our musical guest. It's time for our musical guest.
She only needs one name.
So I heard that it is Alice's birthday.
Yeah, close.
I have an original birthday song.
Oh boy.
All right.
On this day you were evicted from your very first home. We're so glad you're here, 'cause it'd be pretty awkward if you didn't exist and I was singing alone to an empty chair. Those people there might think I'd had too much beer. So have the best birthday ever. You deserve it. You survived another revolution around the sun, and you're still alive. I was gonna say that you never once died, but you could've, and I just didn't know. But the fact that you're here means that you're still alive, and I think that's great. I think that's great. So have the best birthday ever. You deserve it. You survived another revolution around the sun. You're still alive. Okay, but we really love you. And I'm not even drunk yet. You make this world a better place. And you have a nice face. So have the best birthday ever. You deserve it. You survived another revolution around the sun. You're still alive. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Hey!
Wow. Man, that's really...
Original.
Is that a new song?
Not that new.
Okay. It's not new either. So it fits right in.
Mm-hmm.
I was scanning all my, do I have any birthday songs? I did a birthday song last week. I can't do that again.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Can't do that again. So here's one I wrote a long time ago with my friend Louie, who lives in Wisconsin. And it's from the point of view of an 8-year-old grumpy person in the back of the station wagon. And I hope I can remember this at all. We're going off to Grandma's. It's a 7-hour drive. Feels more like 10 million. Don't think I can survive. Survive? There you go. We're barely out of town. I'm already bored to tears. 'Cause I just chowed down my 3 musketeers. Are we there yet? Step on the gas. How many more miles? How many more minutes? I'm strapped in my seat. Don't want to stay in it. I know. I asked 5 minutes ago. Man, the time is going slow. Are we there yet? My sister Peggy's teasing me. I pinch her leg. Mom catches me. We've got 3 hours to go precisely. I need you both to sit there nicely. We watch the passing license plates. Call out the names of their states. That's a ton of fun. 5 minutes max. I pull Peggy's hair. A sneak attack. Are we there yet? Yeah? Nope. Step on the gas. How many more miles? How many more minutes? Why can't Grandma come to our house to visit? I know. I asked 2 minutes ago. My rear end's just about killing me, so are we there yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Apparently not.
It's like 80 more verses of that. It never actually gets there.
That's still a great song.
Got another one, Aubrey?
I do, but I also I had not actually planned to play the birthday song, so I had 2 other ones. So y'all are gonna need to choose. What?
Well, I got to tell you, I love the idea, but Bob here's going to play a song also, so we're going to have a couple extra songs. So means we may not have time for anything. So go ahead.
Aww.
Do them all.
We're
just to warn the affiliates, we're going over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Extra value night.
Yeah.
And we'll do this one first.
I'm sure this will be reflected in the donations.
Yeah, less.
I have a loop.
Now, do I have to follow this one? How does this work?
Nope.
Yeah, fine.
All
right, here goes. Y'all hear the loop?
Yes.
Cool. 2008, it was a Halloween party, and everyone was getting high. Fresh from a breakup, singing Wicked Game, and I saw a pink dress in the corner of my eye. I saw her and I wanted her. I her name and in a baritone voice. To my surprise, he said Tony. I must admit I was a little bit jealous of the androgyny. Oh, 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 he pulled that dress off. Oh, 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 later that night. Oh, 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 for me, for me, for me, for me, it was a hot, hot, pink, pink Halloween. It was a hot pink Halloween in my future. A hot, hot, pink, pink Halloween. It was a hot pink Halloween. Fuchsia taffeta, hair so soft that I wanted it to flow all over me. Fuchsia taffeta, hair so soft that I wanted it to flow all over me. Gimme, 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 gimme a hot, hot, pink, pink Halloween. It was a hot pink Halloween in my future. A hot, hot, pink, pink Halloween. There was a hot pink Halloween in my future.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Do another one.
Okay. All right. This one is inspired by a true situation. The story itself is not true, but it was a true situation in high school. I've been writing a lot more about my own personal life, at least my past, anyways. Not necessarily like current things, but this one is. You know what? I'm not gonna tell you what it's called. I'm just gonna let you hear it. It's inspired by Stacy's mom. This is gonna be very evident. Yeah. I'm at your house, we're sitting on the couch, your arm around me and the TV on. When she comes in, changes the channel with a wicked grin. Ooh, she knows what she wants. You start to yell and scream a bunch of things, but I can't remember what you said. Cause I was staring at her lips and the swing of her hips hit me like a bombshell to the head. And I'm like, oh my god, I think I'm into your sister. She's got the je ne sais quoi. How am I supposed to resist her when she goes walking around at your house looking at me like that? Don't know if I'm her type, but I think I'm into your sister. I like her like that. I like her like that. I like her like that. I think you're cute, I swear, but I can't help it. Her confidence just turns me on. And really, I don't mean to ignore you, but the way she licks that lollipop, I'm like, oh my god, I think I'm into your sister. She's got the je ne sais quoi. How am I supposed to resist her when she goes walking around at your house, staring at me like that? Don't know if I'm her type, but I think I'm into your sister. I think I'm into your sister. Does she have a boyfriend? Is she into girls? Would it be weird if I said I'm into her? Does she have a boyfriend? Is she into girls? Do you think it'd be weird if I said I think I'm into your sister? She's got the je ne sais
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. You know, not only is this the greatest show ever, I think this is our most non-binary show.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fantastic.
I was also into her sister.
It was a very good day to be bisexual.
I'll bet.
On this
'Cause
show
I was
or
happy
normally?
either way.
Do you have another story for us from this morning or something? If this was a good day to be bisexual, we'd like to see the video. Okay, sorry.
And I'm pretty sure we're going to have you on more often.
Yeah, we're gonna, and your friends. So that's
And
great.
This
You
is
know, I
very
wanna
creepy
say-
now.
But I do want to say this, Aubryn, your voice is truly a beautiful voice. It sounds like you are being. It sounds like we're adding effects to your voice when there's no effects to your voice.
Actually, she's doing
There was
that,
a little
but-
reverb.
I know there's a little reverb, but
It sounds like what most people would achieve if they punched in 400 times, and you just sing it in one go.
Oh.
yeah, no, it really
Making
does.
people
It
mad.
really a beautiful voice. So
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Cool.
Is that your
all right.
dog?
Where's she go? Where are you going? What do we need?
Where can we hear you playing in the near future, Auburn? Online or in real life?
Mostly online. I do a web concert every Wednesday evening with a different guest artist. This one is a local artist. Her name is Emily B. I heard her at a writer's round. I'm like, holy crap, you're a great writer. Fantastic singer. So I invited her. We're going to sing all original songs Wednesday evening on Twitch. So
see
Twitch and TikTok are mostly where you can find me. I
Now, wait a
posted
minute.
my schedule. What?
Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, and I may be, isn't Christmas this year on a Wednesday? What are you going to do then?
It is.
Well, I mean, if I don't go out of town, which I'm probably not going to be, I believe that somebody with the first name that's like similar to my last name might be joining me on my web concert.
Oh wow!
Cool.
Yeah, he's wearing a purple shirt right now.
That sounds like me.
Giant purple people eater is what you.
We're
And I'll be
do
at Christmas Day.
Uh-huh.
I know
Christmas Day.
Steve's not a Christmas Day guy. Are you a Christmas Day person?
Yes, but in the sense that it's fun to do a show on Christmas.
That is
Right
true.
I mean, we do all of our Christmassy stuff in the morning usually.
Well, I'll be there.
During the day.
I'm just kidding. I won't.
She's
I
calling
wish
me
I
in
could be
to,
there.
7
she's calling
p.m.
me in to clean up, really.
It's
Yeah,
online,
yeah.
so you can be.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank
Twitch
you
is
so
free
much,
to
Aubryn. That was amazing.
That's so good.
Thank you.
Ethereal and exciting and fantastic.
Man,
you know
if
who
only
else is amazing,
talent, Brad.
ladies and gentlemen? He's been sitting around forever. Hi, Scott. How you doing?
Hey,
You have an idea of how the
Aubryn is
show
awesome.
works now.
yeah, I still have no idea. Actually, it becomes less and less sensible every moment, every minute that goes by. I have less of a clue of what we're doing. Lots of talent, though. Aubryn reminds me of today's next Liz Fair. I love the edge, the songs. They're a little bit, they're personal. They're edgy. There's a little Penthouse Forum in them. Which would be for you have to look that up, Aubryn, or go into Brad's cabin, one of the two.
It's stuffed
give
under the
my
mattress
intro, I'm
over here.
sorry.
Yeah, the old mattress.
All right, Scott, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to play a little intro for you like we've done for everybody else, and then we're going to leave.
Steve.
You give us 10 minutes of awesome, and then we'll tell you how great you are. You ready?
I love that.
Okay, here it comes.
It's time for our big headliner. Got some funny jokes to say. Oh, do a 10-minute set headliner. Man, I'm so glad that it's Monday. Yeah.
God long.
Great to be on. I have to begin by telling you, Brad's always been funny. I thought that was really impressive, all the topical jokes that he did. I did watch the fight too. I think people have forgotten though how great the national anthem singer was. She was really great. She was like the peak of the show. Though the part of gallantly streaming, Netflix was not gallantly streaming when she sang that. There's my topical joke. Brad, what cruise line are you on currently? Can I ask?
Celebrity.
celebrity. Okay, so I gave it a go. I don't know, a few years back. Didn't really work well with my lifestyle. What I learned early on, I was on Hall in America, which have you ever been on there, Brad?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to say they're old, but they're very old to the point where when you watch The Walking Dead, you think it's a documentary about a Holland America cruise. What's really impressive the most to me about Brad, you've been doing it for a long time. It's not a roast to Brad. This is actually kind of a compliment. He is so fit. I don't know how you do it, because you get to eat just like all the other passengers. And if you're going to be truthful about cruise ships, they're now just basically golden corrals on the seas. That's really what's going on. I mean, everybody's being comfortable. People used to dress up on them, and now they're like everybody's wearing yoga pants, even guys. And really, if you've never done yoga, I think you really shouldn't be allowed to wear yoga pants. That's kind of my rule. They kind of look more like yogurt pants. But how I would describe it, I'm just going to machine gun my way through this 10 minutes. That's kind of the history called my wife upstairs. I will tell you right now that I gained 15 pounds in 3 months being off and on those cruise ships, and to the point where I had to get a Fitbit. Does anybody have one of those, like in a drawer that they haven't seen in a while? It's basically what they do is they just count your steps. And really all I learned is I was 172 steps from my cabin to the nachos bar. That's kind of how it all works. So I have evolved into, when I first met Patti, I was doing all the comedy clubs like Patti, and I have moved on more to doing more corporate events now. And but is it a big difference in cruise ships? Probably not. You have to be clean. Your goal is to, I don't know, you're almost like a Sherpa in Everest. You know, you're just trying not to kill any old people. You just want to keep it going. You know, and older people, I love them because they don't get on their phones during the show. That's a bonus. Partially because their phone is still on their wall at home in the kitchen. But I did a show where it was for Edward Jones. They're a financial planning group, and it was in a small town. And I show up, and I am not exaggerating that the average age was not the average age, just everybody was over 75. There were people in their 90s. They were clients of them, the group, and not an easy group to do. I talked to this one lady who was just awesome, and they asked. I said, I don't want to ask, but are you willing to mention your age? Because you're just so dynamic. And she said, I'm 97 years old. And I was just like blown away. She was so funny and so energetic, and everyone's like, ask her how old her boyfriend is. And I'm like, okay, how old are you? And sir, and he had no idea, he couldn't hear me. And she's like, he's 92. And I'm like, oh, get down, Cougar Town. And I thought that was funny, and no one got it. No one in the whole thing had any idea what a cougar was except for the bartender. That's just the kind of new world that you face. You never know. You might see this person behind me. It still sits in my room. That's my daughter, Maddie. She kind of changed the reason why I don't do why I don't do clubs anymore. I wrote like a one-man show, and it was so much about my daughter, Maddie, and she's on the autism spectrum, and all the lessons that I've learned. And I always tell people that I have twins also. And I actually call my twins the Chicago Bears. The good individually suck as a team. And, sorry, that joke has worked their whole lives. So, sadly, My wife grew up in Downers Grove, and she's a big Bears fan. So, and they're typically developing. My daughter Maddie, obviously, developmental disability, and I would say Maddie's the most like me because she loves to do and say inappropriate things at all times, which is just like me. I've spent my whole career being that, and I love to tell the story of when my twins were like, I don't know, they were 3.5, and my daughter Maddie was 7. We hadn't got a dog because Maddie was very sensitive to sound, like a lot of people with autism. But we thought, okay, we can maybe mitigate it as long as I can find a dog that's really quiet, maybe a little older, kind of a chill dog, maybe trained. And I found a dog. I don't know, he was about 4, pretty close to the twins' age. And we named him Angus because he was half Black Lab and half Great Dane. And he just looked like an Angus, an Angus. And everybody loved Angus. And Maddie was a little bit of trepidation, but she came to love him just as much, if not more than everybody. And at that point, she probably had 7 or 8 words at 7 or 8 years old. But by the following year, she probably tripled that. And that's all good. She had bonded with the dog. New problem happens, though. We discover that the one letter she could not master is her G's, especially G. And if you have a dog named Angus and you cannot pronounce the G.
Oh, no.
Yes. Oh, true. Oh, yes. I mean, think about it. Put your tongue to the roof of your mouth and say "ga." That's what you have to do, and that's very hard to master. So we're like "ga ga ga," but it's not working. Speech therapist, no. And this story gets progressively worse because a couple weeks later, we get a call. I get this call from her teacher. She's like, "Hi, this is Mrs. Brown." I'm like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" She's like, "Yeah, today we were discussing in class things that we love to play with." And she's like, "I think child services should probably come and talk to you guys." And that was kind of the light bulb moment where I'm like, I've got all these news stories that don't fit at a late show at Zanies or a late show at the Improv, wherever I was at. So that's where I moved into doing cleaner comedy. I don't know how Brad and Patty are. Now, Brad, you get to do what, a dirty show too?
Yeah. Well, here I do 2 regular PG shows. Right. They can be PG-ish, a little higher. And then I do 1 whatever I want. I don't do it triple R, though.
That gets that part of you out, like a couple times a year, I just do a show where I'm like, well, Daddy needs to say bad words in public. That's basically how it works, and so it just kind of demonstrates. I don't know. Is there somebody in the back that gives me a light?
Yeah, you've got 1 minute.
How much more time?
1 minute.
I got 1 minute?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell one of my favorite stories, and that is that I had my son and daughter, the twins, at 42 years old. So that means that I will be 60 when they are graduating. And that means that last summer, a year ago, I had to give the birds and the bees talk to my son at 56 years old. And, what am I going to say? How am I going to relate? He's like, well, it's time. And I'm like, well, let me just try to remember. And okay, here's one. Don't eat anything too spicy before the big moment. You don't want your acid reflux to do a number on your 14-year-old tummy. Make sure she's on top. You don't want to hurt your back. I mean, these are the words of basically a middle elderly man talking to a 14-year-old. And so, it's kind of like he's 2 generations away. So it's just, I don't know, it keeps me young, I suppose, despite visually, I used to as I said, look like that until about 3 years ago. And since then, the teen years have kind of wrecked me. But what an honor to be on with all the talent here. And once again, I'm going to be checking out Auburn's music because I loved it. So thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Scott.
Hey, are you still doing that sports show on, what was it? Was it Fox or what was it on?
Yeah, well, I've done a couple of different things. I wrote Frank Caliendo's comedy sketches for 13 seasons for like NFL and Fox and ESPN. And then I had my own football pregame show for a couple of years that aired all over Indiana. And actually, they could not afford me this year, which people think people in TV make a lot of money. Just depends if you're like, you can bring people in. But I mean, truthfully, a lot of people are missing TV now because they're busy watching this.
Yeah. And we get almost nothing. So you think you made so little there. Wait till you see what you make here.
I think you're going to owe us a couple dollars.
I'm trying to motivate myself to be willing to take less. So that's why I did this show.
That's great. Yes, this will definitely do it. So, and you're right. Cruises, you're gone a ton. Like the money's great, but I'm here, 2 weeks at a pop. So
look, probably eventually it'll be the thing. Maddie just was really struggling with me being gone as much. So it just kind of came down to that. And I maybe met a guy that was such a weirdo magician that had been on the ship for so many years without leaving it that I'm like, ooh, I don't like the future of this. Brad, you still seem as youthful and energetic and obnoxious as you ever have been. So the cruise has not hurt you.
That's right. More obnoxious than anything. But okay. So are you you got any corporates lined up now?
Yeah, I'm doing a couple this week, actually. That's kind of what I do. And
that's great.
Overall, I like it, because really, truthfully, anybody that's ever had comedy club food, you don't get a steak or a prime rib before each one of those. And to the point where I'm like, prime rib. Oh, God, I hate that.
Another filet.
I do that every week. So,
Crackers is the only club I basically do now. So
there you go.
And that pays nothing. So, all right. Yay, everybody. Let's hear it. Scott, where are you? Here you are. Okay, and now you've disappeared. Hi. Okay, now you're going to do and Bob.
Yep, here we go. Hold on. Let's this. Oh, hey.
How about another dumb song from Steve for no reason?
That's right, folks. We're going to shift chairs around here. OMG, it's our friend Bob Strachan.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob.
Grabbing my stuff.
I was sent over here by the Queen, the King.
Queen. This way a little bit.
Go this way. There you go. That's what you said last night.
I did not.
Oh, Bob.
You can't prove a thing.
I was sent over by the King to observe your election and to make America Great Britain again.
Good night.
Thank you. So I thought I would write a song about everything I've learned, because I didn't realize we were going to be here for the election. And, I thought I'd write a song about everything that I've realized that I've come to love and admire about American politics. So everything I love and admire about American politics. Thank you.
There's more than that, isn't there?
What? That's it. Yeah, we'll do another one.
Come on.
All right, here's a song, as it was said. I have ADHD, as you might have already guessed. I also have autism, which is fun. So it's both. It's like one of those night and day things. Argue with yourself, and it's really fun. It's really great. And so I wrote a song for my wife. It's a neurodivergent love song, really. And I have to explain something to you here. In UK, we have a thing called Greggs, which is our pastry shop. and they cook everything and they let it go cold. So to go in there and get a hot Greg's is just the pinnacle of everything. Like going to Krispy Kreme and getting a hot donut. And I was going to change it to Krispy Kreme, but it doesn't rhyme. So there we go. So get the right chord here. There's been a million love songs, a million ways to say 3 words. There's probably nothing more that I could say. But being that I'm autistic, and I've got ADHD, I'll say it in a neurodivergent way. You're my Greg's hot steak bake, you're my midnight cornflakes, you're my screensaver when the logo hits the corner. You're my brand new special interest, you're my 5-hour quest on Pinterest, you're my weighted blanket and my coffee warmer. From the depths of my psyche, it's love language of the neurospicy. Some folks think I'm crazy, and others think I'm lazy, but for you, dear, I'm all in dedication. I love that you're so caring, even when I'm oversharing or all wrapped up in procrastination. 'Cause you're my Greg's hot steak bake, you're my midnight cornflakes, you're my screensaver when the logo hits the corner. Hit the corner! You're my brand new special interest, you're my 5-hour quest on Pinterest, you're my weighted blanket and my coffee warmer. From the depths of my psyche, it's the love language of the neurospicy. Thank you very much.
Neurospicy.
Yay!
I think if we ever develop our own adult channel, Neurospicy will be my name.
Spicy, yeah, that's.
I feel good about that.
Yeah.
That was great, Bob. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob.
Across the ocean. Hey, guess what? It's
All
time
the
to
way
beg for
from
money.
Scotland.
Let's beg for money.
Okay.
Any second now.
Brad begs for money. Hey, we need your money. We don't charge a cover for a 2-drink minimum, so what did you expect, Jack?
Oops. Good.
You know, I haven't thought of anything clever this week, so go to virtualcomedyshow.com and click donate to the comedians, which I think is a yellow button, and we will take that money and we'll get Bob back to Scotland. I think that'll be
Yay!
Yay! So, are you going? When are you going back, Bob?
When are you going back, Bob?
December 4th.
December 4th. You taking me with you?
Sure.
Okay.
You might as well, because Steve has a house there. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com and click donate to comedians. And you've noticed Patty's still in the sun, still red. We need to get her some more sunscreen. We do not have enough sunscreen for Patty. She's still knocking on doors, and the election's been over for 10 days. So we've really got to get her off the streets. Go to virtualcomedyshow.com, everybody, and we'll get Aubryn out in the world. And
the rest of my sweater.
And the rest of her sweater. Yes, her sweater. Janice, if you could jump in and knit something there for Aubryn, we could be a little less creepy old men. A lot of creepy old men in this show this week. So,
but
it's
that's
partly your own fault.
Don't you want ratings?
Yeah, right, yeah. So go to
after
virtualcomedyshow.com and click donate to the comedians, and maybe you won't have to hear the worst joke of the week, which is coming right now.
Here comes the worst joke of the week. This is excitement here.
Cool.
Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke.
Boo! That was the worst joke ever.
This is one of those jokes that was written angry. Here you go. In How Did This News Slip By? In October, Santa Claus native, pro football quarterback, and reason no college co-ed girl should ever drink in a frat house, Jay Cutler, was arrested for DUI, rear-ending another vehicle, offering the other driver $2,000 not to report the wreck, slurring his words when interrogated by police, refusing a breathalyzer, and having 2 loaded guns in his car at the time of his arrest.
Right.
Cutler is trying to get out of the situation, and Miami fans are wondering, with that kind of initiative, why didn't he have that during the last 2 seasons he played with the Dolphins?
Okay, good night, everybody.
Hey, that was the
Didn't even make
virtual
sense.
comedy show. We learned a lot of stuff we didn't need to know. Like Steve has a Band-Aid on his big toe. Yep, that's what you get when you watch this show. Fascinating, isn't it? We have a lot of fun at the virtual comedy show. It's better than sitting home playing with your toes or going to the dump to watch stuff decompose. Keep coming back to the virtual comedy show. We hope you enjoyed the virtual comedy show. You don't have to dress up, no, 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 no. You can be like Brad and go commando. Every Monday it's a virtual comedy show. See you Monday at the virtual comedy show. It's at www.virtualcomedyshow.com.